I thought I would do something a little bit different for you today, and that is give you some tips on how to pose underwater. Maybe you are a model who's just starting out or who wants to improve her skills both on land and underwater, or maybe you just got yourself a cool new underwater camera and want to play around in the pool. Either way, here are some tips that are going to make your underwater modeling shots that much better. Start? One of the first things you have to remember is if you're going to be posing underwater, you're not going to be able to get there unless you release some of the air in your lungs. So a lot of people try to hold their breath with a full lung of air and they wonder why they can't go down to the bottom of the pool. So the first thing you're going to have to do to get deep enough to do some poses is to release some of the air in your lungs out. That way you become less buoyant and you can stabilize yourself closer to the bottom of the pool in order to do some cool shots. The second tip is all about hair. As you know, your hair kind of goes crazy in the water. One of the trickiest things in underwater modeling is getting your hair to behave and not completely cover your face. It can get very distracting when you have all this hair kind of doing its thing in front of your face or blocking your face completely. And as you know, you only have a very short amount of time in which to nail the pose, so you gotta take care of that hair. One of the tricks is to use your arms to gracefully move the hair away. It can even become part of your pose. Another trick is to gently sway your head back and forth in order to move the hair away from your face. And this can also create some really interesting shapes with your hair and add to the overall dramatic effect. All right, now hair's under control, it's time to focus on your pose. Remember, you're going to be constantly in motion underwater, so it's going to be a little bit tricky and take a little bit longer for you to actually get into the pose. Therefore, once you're in it, try to hold it as long as you possibly can to make sure that the photographer was able to capture it. And also keep in mind, you're probably only going to be able to do 1 or maximum 2 poses per breath. So take it easy, take your time, don't get too tired. Now, when you're underwater, you cannot communicate, so you're going to have to find some way to signal to your photographer. The most commonly used hand signals when you're diving is okay, no, I'm out of air. Or you can also make up your own hand signals depending on the shoot. Every shoot is different. You may have props that you have to deal with, or you may have other people that you have to talk to. So make sure that you talk and communicate with the photographer and the team around you to make sure that if you're underwater and something goes wrong or you need help, that everyone's on the same message. You could also make up your own signals like, I'm hungry. Wanna go grab some food? The next tip is one that I give to all my models, even on land, and that's head-to-toe modeling. Make sure that you are modeling from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes, especially when you're underwater. That means extending those legs, pointing those feet, making sure that you have beautiful, graceful fingers, because those are the finishing touches that will make or break your pose, and you don't get many chances to do it over again when you're underwater. Perhaps the most challenging part of underwater modeling is, of course, having to open your eyes underwater. So try to focus on relaxing your face. Keep it beautiful. Don't let anybody see the strain or the struggle that you're feeling. And if possible, try to do all the close-ups first and then back up for the full body shots, because those eyes are definitely going to get red. And of course, after the shot, make sure you use some eye drops to clear out all the chlorine or the salt water from your eyes and keep them looking nice and fresh. That's it for now, guys. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit like and also subscribe to my channel. More tips and tricks to come. Bye for now.